Ẹ̀yin á sì lè sún sẹ́yìn di àbíká lo 0.5 níbí báyìí. Á sì lè kú bá. Àwọn negative zoom ní.
I'm going live. Maybe I should be here. It's catching. I wanted to share the link because of those. Not. How do we share it? So please, good afternoon, guys, or good evening, guys. Happy New Year. First and foremost, I think I need to congratulate everyone for making it through. I'm seeing some of you for the first time, but I've been with some of you for a while. You know me now, you have been around before in time. So meeting you for the first time, and to those of you that have been around, and we have been planning this for a very long time, and I think I promised this class too during post-UTME that as much as possible we will try to treat some of those things we are supposed to know in 100 level before we move ahead. So, and I had them grow in another. So I've been there, but however it is, the phase we have been through, we shouldn't allow you people to face the same kind of challenges we faced. And Math 101 can be simple, and maybe the person that taught us made it simple. Math 1022 was not tough. It was something we knew. But you know when you know something and you see question, and you know you don't know it. So, however it is, we never knew we were going to take maths when we resolved in 100 level. So, and we have done like 4 or 5 weeks before we even knew that we are going to do math. It was an argument. Oh, let's say you are doing math. Well, then we are saying no, we are not doing math. God forbid. I said you are doing math. Say God forbid. We did God forbid for like 5 weeks until they gave us the curriculum that you can't forbid this one, that you are doing it. And a whole lot of you too, I think you might have been wondering that, oh, I'm not going to do maths when I get to university. But now it is obvious that you are doing maths, Abi. So the best is for you to now prepare ahead. And what we faced during our own time might be different from what you face. During our own time, they might have waived some things that, oh, because we did not know. So if we failed, we can still progress. But your own time, they might say if you fail, back to you and go back home. We don't know. But it all depends on department. So you get. So it all depends. But however, we are considering so many things. But I want the other guys to come up. They have been here since around 2 o'clock. And we said we have class by 3. But because a lot of you came late, and that's why we didn't start. But we said we should just hold on. So if we are going to continue this class, the people watching us too from online, they will let us know. If we are to continue, you will also decide. And if you are to stop, you will also decide. But nobody is paying for this class. So it is just for our own purpose. We are just trying to carve out the time to help us so that we don't go and struggle when we resume and get the best out of it. So that is the thing. Some people read and they still failed that last year. So they might have needed just simple support to do it. So, and that's why. So this class is not to intimidate or create fear. Please, I know a lot of you are sound. Even when you get there, you still do well. However, but some courses will make you feel like crayfish. The courses will make you bend. However, you feel like, oh, you know these things. But when you get there, you know however it is. So I have some of my colleagues here. They are my prayers. So starting from the front, I have Ishola Timley. It's in computer science. Please round of applause for him. He's in computer science, 200 level. So he's my colleague. He used to teach me well on campus. So he's also a math guru. He had 99 in math. Then followed by Ajiredi Samuel. That's Samuel is also a colleague from pharmacy. So he's in pharmacy and he's also a 200 level now. Then I have our elect. I should promise. I have our elect. He's a magician. We might not need to stand, all of us can still speak and yeah, let me even move this one back so that everybody can, because they might abuse you this afternoon, so just accept it. They are here to just give you some bits of. So our oga patapata, so our supervisor in medicine, that's the majority here of yes. I'm proud to say my classmates and my colleague. So many of you know him before. So his movement, we call it Dr. Movement. So he's the majority leader of everyday. I really want to check one sack where they are supposed to be leading. So, but much of them. Then also my colleague, my able colleague, ẹni tó kó bá mi tó jẹ́ kí ìṣọ̀lá jọlá olúwa. The graphic community. So she's also in medicine. She's also in 200 level medicine. Then finally, my oga, all the pointers, 5.0 CGPA. So Maybe the 2 is off. We can just remove it in case. Maybe if it goes off again. So can we tell them the courses and maybe just briefly the challenges they need to face, they need to tackle? Either register. So we are sorry, they should be able to hear us now. So we are sorry we could not hear us online before. So the mic went off and it was not charged. So in this place, is there anybody? Now, you all know your courses already. I mean, all the courses you have to do. You have not registered. Ara àkọ́tà ṣe máa sọ pé èmi yàtọ̀ sí UI. Kálú ìkó tó rí Zoom àti register gbogbo courses ẹ̀ láti gbogbo lẹ́ṣẹ̀. Now, all of you have been attending online classes. So please, is there any course you feel they have to take note of? They have to, let's do last week on that one first.
So I think they need to know much about mathematics. For the medical students, between MTH 101 and MTH 102, which was not common before. So we do those and for a second semester, you will be doing the bio and two as well. But for the first semester, which you are doing currently, that's just MTH 101, MTH 102, I think there are four. Like, yes, and COS 101, Introduction to Computing Science.
So for the medical student, you said the new courses that you introduced to is MTH 101, MTH 102, and COS. That's computer science. So we can talk about those ones because they are new to you. Chemistry and the likes we know. Then for pharmacy,
They are math ones. Normally, we're doing one. In mathematics. That's the contribution.
did you do 102 earlier? Okay. So normally if you're in pharmacy, you did math 101. You used to do math 101, but now you are doing both math 101 and math 102. That's your algebra, and then it's the calculus. So the engineering, is there anything different from most of these courses?
Yes, depending on the engineering manager exactly, to have some courses that they want to.
It's not necessary that these people here, because people watching online have probably been.
So depending on the engineering part,
You have to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to.
Actually, look at math homes, like there are some entrances, but it's most of the most difficult findings. But there are some courses that affected a lot of people. And first of all, most of the major thing I was for that for all these medical students, they didn't know that they were making it. But for engineering students, they knew that this was very technical. Talking of those that are very prepared for it. So mathematics will do that. Something that we all know, like everybody knows that is the craziest or like me experience something as low as that. People still enjoy this work for compared to what we failed it compared to all only two.
Anyone in the UK will do
Assignments.
assignments. What is your science?
Now, really, the one to is I want us to also note something is I noticed that test provided the exam only single tests your background knowledge. You will get to exam one and you realize that it's not what you are doing, it's not what you are doing that you meet in the exam. But most of those things you meet in the exam will still be things you know. But there are some things that you will see, and there was no periodic reading at all, especially with physics, chemistry, and the rest. But other maths, nobody wanted to fail, so that was the case. But however, no you are not. MTH. No, you are not. MTH. But we never can tell this when. So you are not doing maths in second semester. So is there I think you take only maths 101. You take only maths 101. Maths 101, you just that the boy wanted to come and submit his booklet, the book. And when the boy came, he said it in class. So he said when the boy came, the boy was like, I want to submit my booklet. He was talking to me, and he was like, why have you not submitted all this one? And he started giving excuses and all. And he said, okay. He said, when last did you attend maths class? Did you attend? He said, yes. He said, who is your lecturer? He said, his name is. And that man was the only one that taught all the class. He was the only one. So there's no way you will tell me that you will not know him. Even with that, we move on campus, we'll see him and still beautiful that we know him. So there's no way we attend once that you don't know that man. So he said the boy has shot himself on the leg. But the fact that the people recognize him, that means he has never attended his class. So there's no way we have a problem and you think he will solve this problem. So he said it in class that day. So one way or the other, that does not determine your grade. However, it depends on how you carry yourself. And I don't know how people read all this maths. Maths 1 or 2 maths. Me, I did it knowing. I did all these things knowing. So at the time when I got there, the maths was still, well, we had someone that used to teach us. We had to go and look for someone that would teach us, Richard. So Sir Richard used to teach all of us in MTH just to help us when we went to organize a class for us there. But I don't now know. So, and his class was helpful. He helped us. When I attended, I don't know many people who attended the second semester. When I attended, I don't know many people who attended the second semester. They are so, some this was what the Nigerian taught, and I was listening to that. So, if you have someone that always help you out, and why some of us do not attend, maybe this semester. So, but Wajib used to attend classes. So, the first semester, I missed the classroom settings, sincerely. My first semester, I know, the second semester, she knows all the lecturers. So, it's fun. So, you can attend classes. Classes mostly end around 1. So just make sure, like there are some courses I can promise some of you here. I don't know about the rest, but I can promise you that your chemistry, your physics, don't let me say it so that our lecturer is doing my program when the physics 103 for your physics 103. Surely that physics, I'm sure that man has been teaching 101. Professor Webb. Do you know that mass is the quantity of matter? Do you know it? Next class. Do you still remember that mass is the quantity of matter? Next class. You know that still thinking on dimension. Mass is the quantity of matter. It will teach you what matter value. At the end of the day, if you set question for you. So you'll be like, whichever is saying we can use like 2 weeks to teach you measurement and dimension. And we'll be teaching you measurement and dimension. But by the time you set questions for you like this, so, and you have to just be careful. Everybody's got like 10, 103 tests. But when you go to people that were brilliant, all the guys that were around me were just like, it is negative. The answer is positive. It's negative. And funniest thing is that you will finish the exam, nobody knows the answer. People will solve it, even people that want tutorial will solve the solution and send it. They will say that nobody knows the answer. Because it was just an assumption. It's not too hard. Just be ready. So if you are the time that don't put direction into consideration, you don't know when something is supposed to be negative, when it's supposed to be positive, say, all of those things, but it's not so hard. I can promise you that you will still score your day. Should all of you are doing physics 101? Yes, and all of you are doing physics 103. So just read it and read back. And when you want to write tests, don't joke with your past questions. You will see. That 103 I did overnight. I just opened the past question like this. I got it myself. My number one question. If I had gone to the exam and I didn't see that question, I would have been solving. My answer was 0. And they asked, I remember that my number one question. They just mentioned something, an isothermal process clinical. The answer is 0. But you will start solving and solving. So if you have not solved past question, the panic or the preparation level might not be able to get. So please, that's the most important thing. So, imagine
So you're not attending tutorials. I will not say you should not attend tutorials, and I will not say you should attend tutorials. But if you are going to attend tutorials, anything that is not in line with your slide, just take it. Because you will go to certain tutorials that will teach you even more than you need. But if it's not in accordance with your slide, so just take it. And to stress your brain as well. So don't.
yes, I remember when some people are reading and we check what they are reading and they say, we thought this was tutorial, we look at slide, it's not there. I say, what is it? So they will be arguing some complex things. There were one thing that I feel, for like one week, we'll be back arguing. Even you are not, but all the same, tutorial will not be on you. But don't complicate things for yourself. You can read your slide. Anything you don't understand in your slide, look for friends that can teach you. Look for people you can do it together. So to bad no hold the shade for majority of your tutorial is probably what they will use is still your slide. They will not go beyond the slide. And if you are doing math 101, just work with your book of algebra. Your slide and book of algebra. Math 101. If you can bring, they call it bring book of algebra. Majority of it about the sort of thing right now. So when they teach you, they solve questions and meet with you. If you can solve all those questions in bring book of algebra, just go and sleep. They have your way in math 101 and they will tell you when you get to campus. Is that thing? Are you taking maths? So I think today is everybody that is doing maths. Every department. Physiotherapy, our labor, they are not fun. So please, and do you know if maths will have effects on medicine? Maybe this time now, they are not faith or whatever. So because we will never knew.
Because the one is that they are not students. That means they are not because of number one.
Number 2. So we are sorry, we are just in general.
Number one is that what's it called? The plan is not there for serious. So the space is never clear. And it's already obvious. Even when it comes to accommodation now, it's still a lot of things that we are doing. So now to not accommodate an student for class, even so as the only way to read people now is going to sit down. So, but whether they're going to use maths, whether they're not going to use just maths.
Thank you so much.
But it's not, other than the also very easy.
Very easy, enjoy your day.
So just,
they are still darkly the same, so you can say that they should learn 100 like the enjoyment to do and live.
I see, I think one of the highest thing I do for 100 was I can sleep a lot. I sleep at night, wake up before the morning, I'm having my same problem. Ensure you sleep, but have relief.
And be smart.
Be smart.
Our university is not a place that you can be forming or wake up.
Just have to
So, please, I think for families,
Math 101. once you fail either math or chemistry, you come back to primary.
And let's be careful, whatever instructions they give you to do, because you might be too confident that you cannot fail chemistry. And at the end of the day, go and learn. So that's it. If there's any, along the way, maybe while classes go, you can still gist you more about it. Well, the question we want to ask now is that what class should we focus on? Do you think we should be taking the chemistry tutorials, or we should just focus on Maths 101 and Maths 102 for this February? The reason is that if you yourself, you have been well grounded for Maths 101 and 102, by the time you resume, tension will not really be on them. Even if you go to class, while the lecturer is talking, and you follow, and you do it, will just be like revision for you. So, please, everybody, what should we do? Should we just follow your slide? Follow your slide and follow those past questions. But be smart, so please. One thing about 102 is that I can tell you that 102 is not about past questions and it's not about slide. It's about those solving questions.
Like 600 or like 700.
Those solving questions. Then please, this is why you have to go to class. I remember one class and that question came out in the exam. That man said he was teaching that class. After he used completing the square method for integration, and he did it in a way that he got something at the end. He used after as he was playing from his slide, he now went to the board. I have the video. The video is on my phone. I recorded him while he was doing it. He saw the first page of the board. He moved on to the pages. He started again. Even if you start at the point, you will look at it, check is this thing, you will continue again. Integration, and he was solving that question over and over. And he finished several slides on the board. One question. When he now finished, he now asked them, do you all understand? Everybody was looking. He said, I'm asking now, do you all understand? He kept on asking. And me, the way he was asking, I knew that question would come out to the exam. I knew it. And he was just asking, do you understand? And on the exam day, he brought it back. Not same question, but same question in a different method. He brought it out. And a lot of those things too, if you are just wise, don't run away from questions. It does not mean that you should go and do. In the exam, I remember there was this science something. I don't know if you, why classes, you still remember. I first solved that question to example that I now misplaced the roots on it. And I solved it, I got an answer, and I had to come back again. So the time of the time is at the last of time, all those things are not. So, one funniest thing about 102 is that the question might not be difficult. But you know that they told you that you are going there, they are going here. But this road is not where you are going to take. You just need your first step. The moment you can take your first step, you are getting there. The problem everybody always has, first step. They will put question on the board for you like this and look at it. You will just be thinking. The moment you get the first step and you start, you will get
it's not about like you know
it's not just the rules.
it's like you see questions about it before because there were formats today ask questions and you can say you know differentiation now like you know differentiation. The differentiation they gave us was raised to power 2025 and you just not you don't expect you to there is a way to do it. If it is even number, there is a way there's when it becomes like zero. If it is a number, there's when it becomes zero. It's
just logic. And you not be the raised to power 1, raised to power 2, raised to power 3. Whereas maybe your answer is just 7. So please, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to do all the courses? Or do you want us to, if you read your slide, maybe for chemistry, maybe on the day, or just a day, we will teach you all the parts you might not have been so vast in chemistry. It might just be a day. You can do that. Chemical kinetics, all those rates of second, all these rates law, not rates law per se, integrated rates law that you are going to be using for zero, first order, and no. Just that one. There's nothing much in chemistry, just new introduction. So if you don't do something, there are some days and sorts, all these cases, and no, all those ones. So then there's synaptic batch equation, all those basic ones. So it's something we can just talk about in a single class. That okay, on acid base and salts, these are the things you need to note and solve the question. On kinetic theory, these are the things. There are some things I expect most of you to know by now, normally. Like now, what are the factors that affect rates of evolution? You will know now. Maybe, what are the factors that affect chemical reaction? You will know. The rate law. If this one is raised to the power of, then you have to be careful of what the rate law. You can have negative. You can have negative. What is raised to power of chemical raised to power of? You can have negative. So maybe one day we'll just dedicate on 101. This is 101. One day we'll just dedicate on chemistry 101. Then everything we do that day, just be to touch every part of it. I don't know if my colleagues are in support of that. But we are just asking whatever you want. Do you want us to focus on maths alone? Or we should just follow the timetable? Wait as we decide. I think I've not shared all the timetable. So if I shared this timetable already.
For the physical, please, my calculus. Cash calculator, that ash now. Buy it and know how to use it. Like that. Instead of you writing 2 pages, you are not putting it in this one. Both this one and this one. Yes, they allow it now. When you people
Maths did not allow calculator.
not allow calculator. Please, does anyone know how that calculator looks like? That cash calculator, that ash. You can buy it. You can get it now. It's just like 7,000.
Yes, before you get it, before you start, because you act the price. You want like pressure start, you want
And then know how to you can ask a question that all these 3 years. I don't feel like you get the answer. You put it correct. So this one, my calculator, and the time conscious. The test is 20 minutes, or it is 3 minutes.
Yes, it's not a joke.
I don't know which time you do that. They say, okay, the test has started now, and it's just 10 questions, 2 marks.
That is
So
one
before you reach
thing.
maths,
A lot of calculations.
you just go to the maths paper for it, and then you know
that one of them. Think you want over square. That one will take like 5 minutes. So that one will say that thing you want to do over before the position.
You see, there are some questions in maybe in second semester. Everybody might not be used to this. Even in Korea, they might not teach you. There's this Q1 year, Q2 year, Q3 year. It's about running the test and it's waste time. And there's just a simple formula to solve it. But if you are the type that feel like, oh, I know where you solve the first one, you solve the X component, solve the second one, you solve to the Y component. And that is like this behind the screen and clapping for you like one more way.
When you think like you know kind of mind, the answer is
The answer is yes.
be very attentive of these questions. Even if it's 1 minus, you learn and you get speed. So you see that one question, I mean you get it instead of it. Be attentive, like look at the question, maybe it's 4 times, the answer is no.
Time and space for
Nobody saw it to be 1 minute.
like, a lot of people, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people were not that happy. I was in the class and I didn't know it.
They drop slide in 90 exams. See, that's like almost like 4 for 3 years. No, they will not talk to separate. Instead of 192, please read just like more than 50 years, like because they do like 10 questions in common. That's really space and time.
Like 2 hours to the end to the exam.
Yeah, they always have data. Already was a mess. I you will drop something that will be you cannot see the question to come out. And that's like 4 marks for you. But the questions might be like that. So just be very attentive to everything that's going on. And then know how to make it. That's one of the issues that people don't know what's what. You know that you are an TDD person and MTH person. No. You see why? This not start one. This basically where I said. It's very easy. But the exam conditions, you go to 3. I was saying 3. For your test, first body, slightly with the stage the question, they only give you an answer sheet. Just project the question. Question was like 50 seconds. They should have answered it. For the PC wise. Then first go around for 15 seconds. Then to come back for another 5 seconds. It only comes twice. Don't shoot a mistake. No, my cousin will that mistake. It's not to come 3 times, but only 3 twice. So you should be very fast this way. And then for your exam, you have like I think 60 or 80 questions. So in this way, so now, here is this issue of this exam. Those people, they have your time. You bring at least 4 different questions. So, and you bring it to your syllabus. You bring it to your syllabus. So your person might be A, B, or C, or D. Or that is A, and B, or B, and B. So, here are seated here. You will be 400 level person beside you. Another 300 level beside you. Then 100 level, person like your friend, with person your friend guys. Because they are not doing the same question. So you say, don't give 1 to 60 sharp. Hey, you see your best, but you see, 0 over 40. They will change your question. See, they will change it totally. They will change it. No, there's one way. See, we have your time. You will say, because you see the difference there. You will pass like 1 over. You have to study. Just like 260. You get this issue of so you read it, and when you read your slide is what subject are you going to see, read it like social questions. Read it like you read that you're doing. When you read it, pay attention to every single line. These are the things that question. You give me a paragraph, your question. You remove 1 word from the paragraph. You must have memorized that paragraph to know what I was thinking of. Therefore, your calculation will teach you calculation. So your calculation is just this. Then I did the one they gave us in our exam. When we came back, we were like, what's wrong with this man that is taking this course? Because they will tell you that he's taking this one for like 9.5 days. It is now 9.5 days. So we are 1.8. So they will start a lot of phrase calculation. But the calculation just have to and don't make mistakes. Don't put 1 and 2 because they tell you that 2 times 2,000 put it today. Then your units no energy or kg or anything. Yes. Just very attentive. So because it's very simple. I don't know that because it's very simple. Yes, I don't know, I'm not saying it, but because it's very simple, I am saying just read your slides, like read it very well. There's nothing I said to slide. And then go to the classes. No, you enjoy the class. If you like, because you have to get public. You have one of matters. So always go to that. The attendance is let's say it's important. Just go to the class. Don't listen. I'm not sure if you have to listen because I think I listen. But go to this class. It is very careful. They will teach you. Those people will teach you. They are strict. They are not that limits. Go to syllabus and read it carefully. That's
So that's it. Along the way, you'll be hearing more about if there's anything you need. So we plan that you're going to have chemistry today, MTH today. So I've sent the course outline already to you. It was Mojib that compiled them. So those were the topics done in part 1 in first semester. So now mathematical induction is one of the topics we do. Series and sequence.
come out like some of it.
You think you know it can about a lie.
See, yes, you put the idea that you go first.
You know,
Who knows book here? You know that please keep that mindset. Start from scratch. So you can get different.
Get an idea.
This one
This Olamide now. You enter to now, see the guy, you score 357 now, you know
let them find you.
that was what people of computer science. Because everybody they would say, Shannon, when computer science, boss, why you turn that lie,
And then if you're a guy and you know how to pick games, please pick for academics. That was it. Girls spend time with slide and that will really help you. This is an example. She will write out more than slide on the slide. That's like 100. That's actually it's like 200 pages. I want me to 500 pages. So yeah, I can start finding it's for academics. Not going to be they will teach you very well. Teach you back in. You get it. I'm giving testimony. I say, you get it.
Alright. So you people should decide on how you want us to do it. I should just introduce you to mathematical induction. So from there we call it the what's on Monday, maths 1 and 1 or 2 on Wednesday, maths 1 and 1 or 2 Friday. Yes.
Should be COX, we're not doing any chemistry.
Yeah, computer science. You guys actually enjoy it more. We are not doing any chemistry, just physics. We're not doing physics and practicals before, but since you must be changing, we're not doing physics practical. And your COX, you do Python. The affected me using Python. I knew like content, JavaScript, like you can start learning your Python now. Just go to documents. They don't really like teach you like you get good in Python. The man that taught us was he knew how to.
I want you to write code on paper.
Understand? Okay, you write, right?
So shey you people will decide tonight on what you want. Maths 1 or 2 for 3 hours. Tuesday for maths 1 Now, there are lots of things to do actually that if you want to, you know that 3 hours is never enough. When you just want to solve one question. So you are saying that this week and next week.
chemistry, biology, and physics, they are like learners who are smart.
And then
When you are smart,
oh yeah, nah.
when you do like one and a half weeks, they will
Yeah, stop it now. Stop. You are going into that process. You get that?
So it's saying that we should use this topic for why not continue the way we have decided and now we will do everything together so we will not forget everything. Yeah, I think they should focus, the timetable to read more of maths. I think we should focus our energy on the maths actually. When you read out so that we have time to solve maths practice. So
Yes,
should we focus on one?
Yes, sir.
And maybe it's when you are you can send So what are we having tomorrow? What's on the timetable? I think this is 103, not 103. Oh yeah, the so I don't want us to be stuck. That's what I'm saying, can't shake up with 160 resumption. Pick one night so you can comment. Maybe on YouTube. I think you have maths on you people are looking at those decisions. Should we just focus on our timetable that we have decided? So tomorrow, that day we statistics.
You go for tutorial. There are particular tutorials that you need to go. You go the tutorial. You should not miss that tutorial. If you don't read anything, but you have read the slide like you read the slide like you be familiar with the slide so that you can understand the things that you need. So if the guy is like goes to tutorial, if you go for tutorial, and you do online test. If it is still the way you do that one, you do online test.
Please, in your online test, just smart.
Yeah,
Don't mind.
don't cheat. If you do some online test,
Figure it out.
figure it out. Figure it out.
Somebody start to beat you. Exactly, yes, nowadays.
There's something with wrong.
So please, as much as possible. So
So tomorrow we should do maths 103, maths. This teaching is promise to So please, will you guys come for this class? When you are not interested, so that we know. If then please, let's tell you that majority of people that say they are coming, they actually say they are not in the back. But they wanted to find ice cream. That's how we do that. So but if the class starts with ice cream, it will still be online. There's even a question. Go back and check. So by tomorrow, by 3, please, this one that we're coming by 4 today, please, let's try not to come by 4. You should come before 3. You should come before 3, please. The juniors, you will have here, you can teach all your own students. So please, let's come by 3 tomorrow. So, what's the time? We are working on it.
I think we might be scared, thinking, or afraid of answering. Please don't. And as well, don't also let other person do it. At one over and one. I think I did it for my semester, and it really affected me. Not that, not like it was, it really affected me. I felt like if I had put half of the time that I put in at one, if I put in my other courses, I could have done better. Do you understand? So please don't be timid. It's just a phase and you're passionate. So we're going to do mathematical induction today, and there are 3 rules that you must follow for you to be able to solve it successfully. Okay. And an unknown letter, maybe N, so you put 1 into it. If the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, that means it is true. That means you have passed the first step. Then you put K, you assume that K is true. So you just put K, and then you put K plus 1. I hope you understand this question. So let's go to the first question. After that, you put this in your online class. You want to after the second,
They did say 20. Which side?
okay, so I think I'm right. Please, let's pay attention. Because after this, I'll give us another one to solve. But there's no time. So maybe just take that as a sign. When we see next time, check it out again. So, this, for A, we said that we should put n equals to 1 into this. If it obeys it, that means we can continue to the next step. So, we put n equals n into n plus 1 over 2. Then, if n equals 1, that means 1 equals 1 into 1 plus 1 over 2. And then according to our formulas, we know that 1 equals, we stop with brackets here, that would be 2. So 1 equals 2 over 2, and 1 equals 1. So A is correct. Do we understand? So for B, assume that B into K. So that means that if we put K where N is, we should assume that it is true. So this second step is just that you are just writing, you are putting K into where N is. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus K. So this is for the second step. And then for the third step, if n equals K plus 1, so B equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 K plus K 1 equals wherever you see n, you put K plus 1 plus K plus 1 K plus 1 do you understand? You don't understand? You don't understand? Is it just this fact that you don't original question. So we're now saying that if n equals K plus 1, so wherever we see n, we are putting K plus 1. So for this one, you know, we first assume that this is so for this left hand side, you write it like this, then you now add K plus 1 to this. So I'm going to be writing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot plus K this, then you add K plus 1 and then plus K plus 1 equals to wherever we see n, we're putting K plus 1. So K plus 1. This is n as well. K plus 1 plus this one plus 1 all over. Do we get it? Do we understand?
Who's the blue mark?
Okay, so let's just write 1. So over 2 plus k plus 1 plus k plus 1 k plus 2
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's find the LCM. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand? Do you understand? With this gospel. Oh, we don't have to find it. Do you understand? But I need yes. Do you understand? Yes. Do you understand? Do you understand? What's your name? Do we all understand?
Yes, Lord.
Any confusion? No. You don't understand? Okay. So we are halfway. So now you can just, so that's k squared plus k plus 2k plus 1 over 2. So this is, okay, sorry, 2k plus 2. So this is k squared plus 3k plus 2 over 2. So you can compress this. Give us, okay, so if you can just test that if you have k plus 1 into k plus 2, or you can just simply open this bracket if you cannot think of factors. So you can have k squared plus 2k plus k plus 2, and that becomes k squared plus 3k plus 2. So we can say that the factors of this and k plus 2. So we can now say that k plus 1 is k plus 2 over 2. And so that's telling us that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Do you understand?
Yes, Lord.
Can I give us a question? Do we all have the principle of what we don't? Sodium is same. Are we done with this first part?
I'm good to go. I'll come back.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question. This is not only this is just one of many approaches to mathematical induction. You see the one that asks, and I'll ask you that if this is divisible by this, or is a factor of this. So it's another approach entirely. But I'll just give us something that asks like this that's all.
When I read the question out because of those that can't see.
Okay. So the question says that 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot 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 plus 2 plus minus 1 equals to n squared. Then the question says that use mathematical induction to prove that the mathematical statement above is true. Should we do it now? I'll take it to my assignment.
So you give them one assignment so that everything will now come. So you can just take this one as assignment. Check the rules. So she will try and go through the topic again if there's time. So there are a lot of things for you to learn. So they will put you through. Then on the group we'll let you know. Then we'll try to charge the mic because of those line. So that next time. Tomorrow now we can have a full class tomorrow. So by 3 o'clock, please, you start physics 103. Then by 4:30, you start MTH 102. But don't say it's only physics they have, so you should try and come. You don't know if it's maths that will come first. Like today now, it's maths that is supposed to come first, but we switch it to the second time. So tomorrow they might do maths first before physics. So just try and be around. So thank you, Sister Jola. God bless you. So thank you to the students.
Thank you so much.
So please, just she gave you the rules for mathematical induction. The rules you have to follow. So please, the moment you know those rules, although there are some logics that she will still teach you later, that they can say divisible by. They might not even tell you directly. You have to be smart to know. Divisible by a particular thing, divisible by a particular thing. Somebody will still teach you all of these things. So she will still go through it again and we try to solve all the questions together and the main book of algebra. So maybe when you get home you can go through those topics. But for now, she actually wanted to teach you everything about mathematical induction, but because of all our talk today. So by tomorrow, we want to have this is why let's come as early as possible. So God bless you.